This is a CamRanger. It's one of the most important pieces of equipment I use in my interior and architecture photography workflow. And here are the top 3 reasons why. First, it allows me to adjust all of the camera settings and shoot photos without touching the camera. This is really important when I have to seamlessly layer multiple frames to composite an image together. Sometimes I take upwards of 30 frames per image, and if I had to touch the camera each time I adjusted a setting and took a photo, that would be 30 opportunities for me to bump the camera out of position. Number 2, the CamRanger lets me see everything the camera sees in real time with its live view feature. But wait, doesn't the camera itself already have live view? Yeah, but the camera screen is only 3 inches, and the iPad screen is much bigger than that. So that's a big difference when you're trying to dial in a lot of small details in a scene. Also, this comes into play when the camera is put in a position where you can't see the built-in LCD, like when you're backed up against a wall or the tripod is just really high. Additionally, with the live view connected to the iPad, we can move objects in the frame and see what's happening to the image without having to walk back and forth to look at the back of the camera. This saves an incredible amount of time and energy on a shoot because just about every image I make needs something, if not a lot of things, shifted all around. And 3, with the camera connected to an iPad, I can preview the images on a large screen and zoom in to inspect all of the details and elements. This helps me tremendously when it comes to fine-tuning the spatial arrangement of items, spotting which areas need to be cleaned up more, and finding other problems within a photo that need to be addressed before moving on to the next shot. Even when I have an assistant helping on a shoot, the CamRanger is absolutely imperative to the work I create, and my clients love the experience of using it on site. Real quick, if you want to learn more about my workflow when it comes to composing images, lighting scenes, or editing photos, check out the workshops I offer at adamtaylorphotos.com/education. And while you're there, sign up for my mailing list so you can be one of the first to know when I'm hosting another workshop. Now, let's back up a little bit. Here's a look at the CamRanger hardware. This is the first version of the product, which I used for several years with great results. And this is the second version of the product that I'm currently using. Both versions have rechargeable batteries, which historically have lasted me about a half a day. So on longer shoots, I simply swap out the batteries during my lunch break and put the used one on the charger in case I need it later in the evening. Each version of the CamRanger has a dedicated app that you can download through your device's app store. CamRanger even offers another app called CamRanger Share, which allows a second device or several other devices to view the images. This is really helpful when you have multiple clients on a shoot that all want to see the photos as they're taken. Now, this isn't a sponsored video, and I'm not affiliated with CamRanger in any way. It's just a product that is popular in this industry, and I've come to rely on it for the work I do. And I honestly can't even try to imagine what it would be like to do a photo shoot without it anymore. And after all this, you might be asking yourself, wait, doesn't Canon have a native app that does the same thing? And the answer is yes, kind of. Canon does have a similar app that works with the camera's built-in Wi-Fi, so you don't even need the extra hardware to have this kind of wireless tethering capability. But it's not as good, and after trying them both out, in my opinion, it is worth it to have that extra piece of equipment hanging off your camera because the product and the user experience are both superior.